Hello?
Horror movies are totally dependable in the film world. They always manage to rake in the big bucks when other genres are struggling. In the upcoming years, there's a lot to get hyped about if you're a fan. We've got everything from classic comebacks to fresh new scares and festival favorites lined up for 2025 and 2026. Wolfman, January 17, 2025. Back in 2020, Leigh Whannell took the old Invisible Man story and made it feel fresh for today. Now, he's planning to do something similar with another famous Universal monster, the Wolfman. Originally, Ryan Gosling from the Barbie movie was supposed to star in the Wolfman flick, directed by Derek Cianfrance from The Place Beyond the Pines fame. But they both ended up leaving the project. Now, Whannell's teaming up with Christopher Abbott, who you might remember for his seriously creepy role in Poor Things. According to the official plot summary, Abbott will play a guy whose family is under attack from a deadly predator. It makes you wonder if he might end up being the one terrorizing his own family. Alongside Abbott, we'll also catch Julia Garner from Ozark and the upcoming Fantastic Four. Originally, this spooky Blumhouse flick was set to scare us all in October 2024, but now we'll have to wait until January 17, 2025 for the chills to begin. Ryan Coogler's vampire movie, March 7, 2025. When you think of legendary actor-director teams, names like Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro or Alfred Hitchcock and Jimmy Stewart often come to mind. And you can't forget Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, who belong on that prestigious list. They've been collaborating since Fruitvale Station back in 2013. In fact, Coogler hasn't made a single feature film without his longtime pal Jordan popping up somewhere. Jordan even had a quick cameo in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Now, these Creed partners are teaming up once again for an exciting new story, one packed with plenty of blood and undead thrills. Coogler and Jordan are reportedly diving into the vampire genre. Although nothing's official yet, the buzz is that Jordan will take on the role of twin vampires in the 1930s South. Set against the backdrop of the Jim Crow era, it looks like Jordan's vampire characters will be the protagonists, with Jack O'Connell from Unbroken lined up to play the villain. Could this be a vampires versus the KKK showdown? Because that sounds incredibly cool. Joining O'Connell, we'll also see Haley Steinfeld from Hawkeye, Delroy Lindo from Da 5 Bloods, and Wunmi Mosaku from Loki. Mark your calendars for March 7, 2025, when this thrilling vampire saga hits theaters. The Woman in the Yard, March 28, 2025. The Woman in the Yard is an upcoming American horror thriller directed by Jomi Collet-Serra and written by Sam Stefanik. It features a talented cast including Danielle Deadwyler, Okwui Okpokwazili, Russell Hornsby, Peyton Jackson, and Estella Kahiha. Scheduled for release in the U.S. on March 28, 2025, the film began production in April 2024, with principal photography commencing on April 26, 2024. This collaboration between Universal Pictures and Blumhouse promises to deliver a chilling experience for audiences. The Exorcist Deceiver, 18 April 2025. Mike Flanagan is set to helm a fresh take on the Exorcist franchise following the underwhelming reception of The Exorcist Believer. Originally planned as part of a trilogy, the sequel titled The Exorcist Deceiver has been scrapped in favor of Flanagan's new vision. Known for his work on horror hits like The Haunting of Hill House, Flanagan aims to bring a radical new approach to the iconic series, promising a departure from previous entries. While details are sparse, Flanagan's reputation for character-driven narratives suggests a focus on deep storytelling and emotional engagement, potentially revitalizing the franchise's allure. Scheduled for release under Blumhouse and Universal, this new Exorcist installment looks to redefine supernatural horror on screen. 28 years later, June 20, 2025. Cillian Murphy starred in the iconic horror film 28 Days Later, directed by Danny Boyle, which revitalized the zombie genre and set the stage for other hits like The Walking Dead. In the movie, Murphy's character wakes from a coma to a world overrun by ravenous infected individuals, and the story continued in the sequel 28 weeks later. Now, fans eager to know what transpired in this post-apocalyptic setting 28 years later are in for a treat, as a new chapter in the saga is in the works. Boyle is diving back into the zombie genre with 28 years later, the first of 3 films he's planning. Alex Garland, who wrote the original and directed Ex Machina and Annihilation, will write the script. The new series will star big names like Ralph Fiennes, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jodie Comer, and of course, Cillian Murphy, who kicked it all off with an Oscar-winning performance. This creepy story hits theaters on June 20, 2025, and a sequel directed by Nia DaCosta will come soon after. Megan 2.0, June 27, 2025. In early 2023, Megan became a surprise horror hit for Universal Pictures, paving the way for another round of chilling adventures with the killer doll and the family she's determined to haunt at any cost. The sequel, Megan 2.0, got the green light just days after the first film premiered. It's set to bring back writer Akilah Cooper and stars Allison Williams and Violet McGraw, while director Gerald Johnstone returns to helm the spooky saga once more. Ivana Sakno from Ahsoka joined the cast in May 2024, though her role remains under wraps for now. As for what's next in the story, details are sparse, but the first film hinted that Megan could survive as a software entity hopping between systems. This suggests she might find herself a new body and maybe learn some new moves in the sequel. Producer James Wan shared with Empire magazine that they're delving deeper into the AI theme, especially timely given current concerns about artificial intelligence. Whatever direction it takes, one thing's for sure, Megan 2.0 is set to hit theaters on June 27, 2025, and we're eager to see what creepy surprises it has in store. Him, September 19, 2025. When Jordan Peele isn't directing his own movies, he's busy producing films under his Monkey Paw banner. He's backed diverse projects like Candyman, Wendell and Wild, and Monkey Man, and now he's putting his producing prowess into the upcoming sports horror flick, Him. Originally named Goat, Him will center on a rising NFL star who lands a chance to train with a legendary quarterback at his secluded compound. As expected, things take a dark turn, promising a chilling journey into the dark side of fame, power, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Tyreek Withers from Atlanta will star as the young athlete, while Marlon Wayans, known for the Scary Movie series, will play the seasoned football player who mentors him. Joining them in the cast are Julia Fox from Uncut Gems, Tim Heidecker from Us, along with rappers Tierra Whack and Guapdad 4000, and comedian Jim Jeffries. The screenplay, which gained recognition on the prestigious Blacklist, comes from Zach Ackers and Skip Bronke of Limetown. Directing the film will be Justin Tipping, known for his work on series like The Chi, Dear White People, and Joe vs. Carol. Saw 11, September 26, 2025. One of the most surprising hits of 2024 was Saw X, which managed to be quite impressive. Bringing back Tobin Bell's John Kramer and portraying him in a sympathetic light injected fresh energy into the horror franchise. It marked the first Saw film to receive a positive score on Rotten Tomatoes and scared up $111 million at the box office, all on a $13 million budget. With such success, it's no surprise that more games are in store for us when Saw 11 arrives in theaters on September 26, 2025. Currently, it's unclear whether Saw 11 will continue as a mid-quel like Saw X, set between the first and third films when John Kramer was alive, or if it will explore a completely new storyline. However, given the success of the last film, it's likely the 11th installment will follow on from where Saw X left off, especially since it included a mid-credit scene reuniting Jigsaw with his protege, Mark Huffman. Director Kevin Greutert, who also directed Saw 7 and Saw 3D, is returning for more thrilling horror, and fans are eagerly anticipating the new traps and twists in store. The Bride, October 3, 2025. These days, we're seeing a resurgence in Frankenstein-themed films like Poor Things and Lisa Frankenstein, and now, joining the lineup is The Bride. Written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, following her successful debut with The Lost Daughter, this upcoming movie stars Jessie Buckley in the lead role. According to the official synopsis, the story follows a lonely Frankenstein who travels to 1930 Chicago seeking help from Dr. Euphronius to create a companion for himself. Together, they resurrect a murdered young woman, and thus, the bride is born. She exceeds their expectations, sparking a passionate romance, drawing police attention, and triggering a radical social movement. Jessie Buckley leads the cast, accompanied by heavyweights like Christian Bale as Frankenstein, Peter Sarsgaard, Annette Bening, Penelope Cruz, and Julianne Hough. The Bride will hit IMAX screens just in time for Halloween, premiering on October 3rd. The Black Phone 2, October 17, 2025. The Grabber with His Mask from Universal Pictures was a big hit in horror last year. The Black Phone brought together great actors and filmmakers to make a chilling ghost story with a villain you won't forget. And now, they're teaming up again to scare us all over again. In November 2023, we found out that The Black Phone 2 isn't just coming to theaters in 2025, it's bringing back the entire original cast. Ethan Hawke returns as the Grabber, Mason Thames as the kid who got away, and Madeline McGraw as Gwen, the girl with spooky visions. Plus, Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill, the original writers, are back too, with Derrickson directing once again. The Black Phone 2 will haunt screens starting October 17, 2025. Blade, November 7, 2025. If Blade hits theaters in November 2025 as planned, it will mark over 6 years since Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige first announced the film at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. Since then, there has been quite a journey with a voice cameo in Eternals, setbacks, and changes in the writing and directing teams. But now, things seem to be back on track. Mahershala Ali, the Oscar winner, is still set to play Blade, the tough half-human, half-vampire monster hunter. Currently, Oscar-nominated writer Michael Green, known for Logan, is involved, although there's buzz from insider Daniel Richtman that Green might be out. And we just got the news that Marvel's Blade has encountered another setback, as Yann Demange, who was the co-director, departs the project, marking the second directorial exit following Bassam Tariq's departure in 2022. Sources close to the production revealed that Demange's departure was amicable and occurred weeks ago, citing the extended development phase of the project as a contributing factor. The Blade script has seen several iterations, with Eric Pearson, known for his work on Marvel's The Fantastic Four, being the latest addition to the team after multiple other writers took turns, including Michael Green, Stacey Oze-Kuffour, Michael Starbury, Beau DeMaio, and Nick Pizzolatto. As for what's next, it's all up in the air. Originally slated for an earlier release, Blade is now aiming for November 7, 2025. Fingers crossed it sticks this time, because fans are eager to see Ali in action. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, December 5, 2025. After nearly a decade in the making, Five Nights at Freddy's hit theaters big time, raking in almost $300 million worldwide and becoming Blumhouse's highest-grossing flick ever. That's more than hits like Get Out, Megan, Insidious, and Paranormal Activity. With that kind of cash flow, it's no surprise we're heading back to that spooky pizza joint for more animatronic scares. Confirmed at CinemaCon in April 2024, the sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's is set to creep into theaters late 2025. According to industry insider Daniel RPK, this follow-up promises to be even scarier than its predecessor, which some critics felt lacked enough spine-chilling moments. Blumhouse even tweeted a pic from Jim Henson's Creature Shop, teasing the creation of Mangle, the creepy fox monster from the game sequel. Look out for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, hitting screens on December 5, 2025. Thanksgiving 2 TBD. In the fall of 2023, director Eli Roth fulfilled a long-standing promise by releasing Thanksgiving, the full-length version of his popular Grindhouse trailer about a small town terrorized by a killer in a pilgrim mask. The film was a hit, with both critics and audiences performing strongly for a horror flick. Now, Roth has confirmed a sequel for 2025. Announced in late November 2023, Thanksgiving 2 is slated to arrive in 2 years. Roth plans to take a year off to perfect the script before diving into filming. The sequel will continue the tale of a town haunted by a murderer posing as John Carver, its pilgrim founder. While specifics on how it will top the first film's holiday-themed carnage remain under wraps, the groundwork laid by Thanksgiving promises plenty more gruesome tales to come. Thanksgiving 2 is set for a 2025 release, likely around Turkey Day, although an exact date has yet to be confirmed. Final Destination Bloodlines TBD. The original Final Destination hit theaters in 2000, immersing us in a darkly twisted world where death's design is unescapable. In this universe, dodging death means facing intricate Rube Goldberg-style death traps, from deadly gymnastics mishaps to barbecues gone gruesomely wrong. Now, 25 years after its debut, the franchise is resurrecting with Final Destination Bloodlines. This sixth installment promises to deliver more chilling thrills, featuring a fresh young cast including names like Breck Basinger, Tio Briones, and Richard Harmon. Notably, horror icon Tony Todd returns as the unsettling William Bloodworth, the mortuary worker with unnerving insight into death's machinations. In 2011, Tony Todd hinted that if Final Destination 5 did well at the box office, 2 sequels could be filmed back-to-back. By August that year, director Stephen Quayle suggested the possibility of another sequel depending on fan response and international box office success comparable to the 4th installment. Fast forward to January 2019, Warner Bros. Pictures and New Line Cinema announced a new installment was in the works, with Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan writing a script described as a reimagining of the franchise. By March 2020, the film's concept was centered around first responders dealing with death daily, exploring how their choices impact survival. The project gained momentum despite the COVID-19 pandemic, with Laurie Evans Taylor and Guy Busick hired to pen the script in 2021. In January 2022, John Watts joined as a producer, and the film was set to be distributed through HBO Max. Later that year, Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein were selected to co-direct after an impressive pitch involving a staged death hoax during a Zoom call with studio executives. Production officially kicked off in Vancouver in March 2024 under the title Final Destination Bloodlines, following delays due to the 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike, and now the movie is set for a release in 2025. Weapons, January 16, 2026. Weapons is an upcoming American horror film written, directed, and co-produced by Zach Cregger. The film stars Josh Brolin, Julia Garner, Alden Ehrenreich, Benedict Wong, Amy Madigan, Austin Abrams, June Diane Raphael, and Carrie Christopher. Set to be released in the U.S. on January 16, 2026, Weapons is being produced by New Line Cinema, Boulder Light Pictures, and Vertigo Entertainment, with Warner Bros. Pictures handling distribution. The project sparked a bidding war in January 2023, which New Line Cinema won, securing Cregger an 8-figure deal to write and direct, along with Final Cut privilege, and a guaranteed theatrical release. Initially, Pedro Pascal and Renate Rensby were cast, but Pascal left due to other commitments, leading to Josh Brolin's involvement. Julia Garner, Alden Ehrenreich, Benedict Wong, Amy Madigan, Austin Abrams, Carrie Christopher, and June Diane Raphael later joined the cast. Filming began in Atlanta in June 2024. Orlando Monster, March 27, 2026. In this upcoming film, a family on vacation at a theme park in Orlando, Florida, encounters a terrifying creature with superhuman strength hunting them. They come across an older man named Dennis, who claims he can kill the beast, having faced it in his early 20s. Now, Dennis must save the family and prevent the mistakes of his past from repeating. Directed and written by Ben Cena, the film stars Jennifer Rizzi Horvath, Darren Seitz, and Lisa Walton. It's currently in production and is expected to be released on March 27, 2026. Curse of the Cat, TBD. In the 2026 film Curse of the Cat, a horrific accident involving a local man triggers a series of unusual animal attacks that Sheriff Tim, Deputy Jesse, and Dr. Fieldsman are called to investigate. The situation gets even more intriguing with the involvement of Dr. Golds and the arrival of cryptozoologist Rhett Nightshade, bringing additional suspense and mystery to the unfolding events. Directed and written by Bobby Magruther, the movie features Ellen Adair, Bobby Magruther, and Bailey Smart Zimmerman. Friday the 13th reboot, TBD. LeBron James's company Spring Hill Entertainment is in talks to reboot the classic horror film Friday the 13th, set to premiere 40 years after the original. However, there's a complication regarding the ownership rights of the iconic character Jason Voorhees. This intriguing reboot effort is penned by Victor Miller. Victor Brooke Miller is best known for writing the screenplay for the original Friday the 13th, which led to a long series of sequels. Although he was not involved in any of the sequels, he created iconic characters such as Jason Voorhees, his mother Pamela, and the heroine Alice Hardy. So it is very exciting that he is coming back for the Friday the 13th reboot, which is expected to be released in 2026. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for regular updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.